Hey, Wellness Warrior, Jackie Elmer, and welcome back to February's 5 for 5 workout movements. Now, if you watched January's, which I will link in the show notes, you'll know that my goal is to get in as much exercise as possible throughout the day. And because I work from home, I don't belong to a gym, I have found functional workouts that I can do regularly. So my goal is to get in 3 to 6 mini workouts a day using these type of moves. I set my watch or my timer to go off every 50 minutes, and I will get up and move around my house for 10 minutes. I will focus on these 5 for 5, which is 5 moves for 5 minutes. And ideally, I like to do those 5 times a day, but if 3 is where you start, that is fabulous. And then what you will find if you go back to January, these are things that you can begin to habit stack so that you get yourself into a better routine of working out. So on Mondays, you may do the January workout. On Tuesdays, you can do this one. On Wednesdays, maybe you just want to focus on stretching, rest, walk out in nature, whatever, and then pick back up on Thursdays. But the goal is to begin to incorporate this in to your lifestyle so that functional movement, maintaining muscle mass, and all the things that can work against us if we don't focus on them as we age. So again, all of these are things that you can do at home. If you're in an apartment building, you can do it out in your hallway. If you don't have a wide space, I call this my runway. If you don't have a wide space in your home where you can do this and weather's an issue, you can go outside. You can do it on the sidewalk if weather is not an issue. Obviously, if it's raining or snowing or something, that might be a challenge, but I have even walked just around my dining room table for 15 minutes, listening to music, listening to a podcast. So the first thing I'm going to show you are skater lunges. And all you're really doing is for a minute, you're going to just kind of work up a little bit of getting your heart rate elevated. So you can go side to side and touch, side to side and touch, side to side and touch. And you can go as far as you want, or, again, depending on the space that you have, but ideally. And so you're going to do that for 1 minute. That's your first movement. And then we're going to add on the other 4. The next thing that we're going to do are tricep dips so that ladies, we can begin to tone and shape those arms so that we have those fantastic looking arms so that at whatever age we can go sleeveless, right? Because we all want to look and feel terrific. And a toned body and a toned upper body adds to our confidence as well as our health, longevity, and functionality. So I use an ottoman in my house. You could use a chair, just a sofa, whatever that you have. But I tend to use this little ottoman right here for a lot of things. I actually use it as a little workout bench. So your tricep dips, the idea, you're going to stick your feet straight out. You want to keep your body as straight as possible. You don't want to let your butt sag or be too arched like this. But you're going to just start and you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. And if you need to bring your knees up a little bit because it's too much for you to start with, just start small. Remember, the beauty of working out at home is that nobody's there watching you. Ideally, you can go at your own pace. The only person you're competing with is yourself. So you're building your best self, and that's the most important thing. So again, if you need to start with just 8 or 5, 10, 12, that's great. But ultimately, work up to a minute. That's our tricep dips. All right, the next thing we're going to do is the Russian twist. Now, I like to incorporate a little bit of lower body, upper body, and core strength, as well as a little bit of elevating my heart rate, which the skater lunges kind of did both, a little bit of my legs, as well as elevating my heart rate. Now, the Russian twist is ideally done in this position with your feet up. If you need to start with your feet down, that's great. But in this case, we're going to be working our core. Now, I've built up to where I like to use weights. These are 8-pound weights, so it's 16 pounds total. But again, don't worry about where you are if you're just getting started. So if you're just getting started and your goal is just to start moving and build up, we're just going to go side to side, slowly working that core and building that functional movement. because our core is what holds everything together. And as we age, that's what's going to help us maintain our balance and maintain our muscle mass and not be so prone to falling. So once you work up, you could use a water bottle. If you don't have weights at home, that's fine. But you're just going to, you're going to go side to side, and you'll begin to feel it. It'll begin to talk to you. But again, I set my timer for 1 minute, and I have a little 5 to 20 second timer in between that gives me time to change. That is our Russian twist. Now, the next movement I want to focus on are side lunges. Again, today's focus is a little bit more on lower body, but it's side lunges, and that's where you're just going to start. Again, very simple. If you want to add weights, you can do that, but you're just simply going to go side to side, squatting and lunging. And again, the slow, specific movements are much more important than just going super fast and pounding it out. You want to keep your form, right? Okay, you want to make sure that your knees don't extend over your feet, and you want to come down as low as you can with that squat, but it's just side to side. And again, you go at your own pace to get started, but ideally, we're going to do this for a minute as well. So I mentioned weights. Here I have my 8-pound weights. So I can just go side and lift, side and lift, or just simply hold on to them at waist level and just see what that adds. Pay attention to your knees. They might talk to you. And if they do, just listen to them. Again, we're no longer in the no pain, no gain mindset. That is our side lunges. And then the final piece are runner's lunges, because again, today my focus is a little bit more on lower body. So runner's lunges are just what they seem, okay? It's just lunging out. Maybe I should do it this way. Lunging. And again, make sure that your knee does not extend out over your ankle. Stretch as much as you can, and then hold it. And I like to hold these for a minute each. So my workout today might go 6 minutes because I like to do a minute on each leg. And then you can either step forward or step back. And then I'm going to do the opposite leg. So I'm going to lunge out. Again, most important thing is that my form is correct. And I'm going as low as I can, stretching back, but holding that. And you will begin to find that not only does it work all areas of your lower body, but it works that core as well, which again, our core controls everything. It helps how we stand, how we sit, how we walk, how we're able to get up out of a chair. These are all the functional movements that are so important. So there you have it. That is February's 5 for 5, and I hope that you will take this, watch the January video, and habit stack it on top of each other. I'm Jackie Ulmer. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed and leave me comments about what you do on a daily basis for your functional fitness.